Hi, my friend, and I wanted to share with you something I experienced today while swimming. So it's the 31st of August 2025, it's Sunday, and I went for a swim this morning before breakfast, and it was a very, very busy day yesterday. A long day. I only got to bed at midnight, and as you saw, my BioWell chakra scan was very aligned, quite aligned for such a long day. I was cooking dinner, which took almost the whole afternoon until I only finished probably after 8 o'clock or something. I had some light dinner around 8:30 maybe only, and then there were so many other things to get done, and for some reason I got only in bed at 12, and I slept very, very deep. I mean, I think it was only 5 hours and 13 minutes of sleep time, but I definitely have got quite a good rejuvenation during that night, including dreams which I could not remember. However, when I was swimming, I quite often have these profound downloads happening, and I wouldn't say it was like a download this time in a direct sense, but there was some kind of very unique realization emerging inside of me about the aspect of surrender. Yeah, it was something which I had not experienced so far. I mean, I have been thinking, and surrender is one of the things on spiritual path. We know that it's something we have to learn, and in general, spiritual path is quite a path of surrender anyway. But this was to a completely different level. And just to explain what I mean is, while swimming I was doing my usual Hinengaro way ritual, where I give thanks to the water. I give thanks for revealing all the secrets of life, of consciousness, and of the whole of the universe and beyond. I give thanks for helping to release all the blockages that I have stored inside over the time. And I give thanks for enabling to be lucid in my dreams. I give thanks for enabling to retain and remember all my dreams for my spiritual growth. And I give thanks for enabling to realign and reintegrate the deepest layers of my being so that we become whole again. And I give thanks for letting life live through me. And I give thanks for letting dreams dream through me. And I give thanks for letting the sea swim through me. And I give thanks for the wind to blow through me, and I give thanks to the air and clouds to go through me. Thank you, I love you, and I surrender to you, to your grace, your beauty, your purity, and your wisdom. Thank you. I love you. And I've done this Hinengaro way water ritual almost every time I'm doing my swimming in the sea. But this time somehow this whole concept of surrender resonated on a completely different level. And when I was walking out from the sea, what it started emerging inside of me was something I've never really experienced before. And what I really mean is that in the past, when I would get out of the sea, I would really look forward to dash back and get into the shower and quickly rinse all my goggles and shave quickly and clean up the sink quickly and get to my breakfast, because I always enjoy breakfast. I enjoy coffee, I enjoy my rye bread with tahini, porcini, potato sauce and lettuce and watching some little YouTube video about what's happening in the world. Anyway, I always look forward, so I try to get these things in between quickly done, so I get there to that breakfast table with that nice fragrant gourmet cup of coffee. But this time, when I was out already walking out of the sea, there was this profound, deep realization of surrender to every single moment, which meant not to think about that breakfast table, but to surrender to this moment of putting, to walking out. Every single step is like surrendering to this walking each single step, then putting on those trousers, putting on the t-shirt, putting on my Crocs, surrendering to every single minute action I was doing. And it was amazing experience of such profound, almost like blissful experience, that I was in this moment, surrendering to this moment, and then just looking in the sky, seeing the clouds, seeing the crows, seeing the seagulls, even saying "see you Jimmy," because the crows are Jimmys and seagulls are Tommies. So it was a profound experience of this surrender to this very, very, very simple moment of just getting out of the sea, dressing, then looking around, surrendering to looking around, and then just walking back to the house. But it's like as if I surrendered even to each step I was taking. I wasn't rushing. I wasn't trying to get to the breakfast table with that amazing coffee. I was just surrendering to that moment where I was just walking across the road, waiting for the cars to pass. I wasn't waiting for the cars to pass. I was just surrendering to that moment where I was standing there waiting for the cars to pass. And then I was surrendering to that moment I was just crossing the road, taking the key, surrendering to the moment when I was just unlocking the door. That very minute microseconds, I was just there opening the door. I was seeing the lock, I was seeing the key, I was seeing the door, and then I was walking in and just leaving the shoes neatly in the cloakroom, and then walking up to my room. And every single moment I was doing, somehow this whole concept of surrender made such a profound, almost Atindriya Sukh experience, which I have never ever experienced in such a profound extent. I don't think I've ever actually ever experienced moments of life in such a profound way. And there was such deep, deep peace descending upon me. I was not rushing anymore anywhere. I was not rushing to breakfast. I was just there, taking the clothes off, putting whatever I was doing to put the heating back, hot water on an app on. Then I was putting on a spare mobile I keep in the bathroom, Baba's Murli, where Sister Manda was reading Murli from Global Retreat Center. I got inside the shower and I was just experiencing, surrendering to the shower, to the water rushing all over my head. Initially it was cold, maybe not very cold, but it was cool water, and I was just surrendering even to cold water until it became hot. I wasn't expecting, when is this cold water finishing and when this hot water is coming. No, I was just surrendering to anything, whatever was going and happening. And this was leading more and more deeper thinking and experiencing of life, how I could actually live this life of surrendering to anything, to anyone, anything what's happening. And I started experimenting just inside. I didn't plan to tell anyone anything, and I haven't actually shared anything to anyone about this experience. This is my first hand time when I'm actually sharing this experience. I started experiencing this morning. And it's been quite unique to feel life just live through me. It was indeed the experience, the most profound experience of just then eventually being dressed, getting out of the bathroom, tidying everything, wiping the sink, putting all the clothes on, then walking down. It was as if I had been born again. It was as if I've never seen life in this way before. This was such a unique, intrinsic experience. And I'm still in that experience even now, while surrendering, while driving with the laundry to Bognor Regis to see Dilip and Rita. And the whole time, any moment is like surrendering. Is just surrendering to this road now, while car is rolling on this road, whatever is the time, whether it's sunny, whether there are clouds or it's raining or windy. I'm just feeling that blissful surrender to everything what's happening. And it was quite unique when I was today having breakfast. It was a different breakfast. I was just there. Jackie was there in front of me, and we were chatting about the things, about this and that. And I was just surrendering to all what there was. That chat. Then Jackie finished, she left, then I was by myself. Then Sister Fee appeared at some point. I made coffee for Sister Fee. Whatever was needed, whatever was happening, whatever the need was for me to be, I was surrendering to every single thing. And that was so pleasant. I've never experienced life in such a profoundly pleasant. It's not pleasant. In English, I can't say it was pleasant. It was something like in this terminology, atindriya sukh, the pleasantness beyond anything physical. So this is something which I started practicing, this surrender experiment. And I know that Michael Singer has had that surrender experiment. He wrote a book, and I've been listening, and I've read that book, and I've been listening to his audio book. But this is my surrender experiment. This is I can't repeat anyone else's surrender experiment. And it's not an experiment, it's just life. And I'm looking forward to anything, every single moment. I'm looking forward to surrender to dreams, surrender to sleep, to surrender to hard work, surrender to getting up in the morning, surrender to being in class in time, surrendering to anything what comes, surrendering to cleaning my room, surrendering to doing accounts in time, surrendering to any guests coming, surrendering to whatever is happening. Sister Jasmine is having colonoscopy tomorrow, and she will be getting her results, whether she has colon cancer or not. And she might have it, but it's just surrendering to whatever is happening, with whomever, whatever is going on. Because through quite a lot of difficult times, she was even crying at some point because she's got a knee pain, because she's got some condition with her knee which is very painful, and that's why she needs to use crutches now. But I think it makes her life very, very difficult, and because we are so short of hands, it becomes really, really challenging for her. And I was actually several days ago, I was almost like also feeling suffering because of her suffering. But now I just feel to surrender whatever is happening. If someone is suffering, I surrender to that, whatever is going on. But it does not mean that I'm also suffering. I'm just surrendering to life, what is unfolding, whether someone is dying, whether something is happening dreadful, whether there is some celebration, whether it's night or day or morning or evening, whether it's lunchtime or any other time. There is no time. At the end of the day, there is no time. Time becomes timeless. This is what I feel. This is so profoundly blissful. Time becomes timeless. So I will probably wind up this experience of surrender, which I experienced this morning, and it's still experiencing me till this moment. It's 3:43 p.m. on 31st of August 2025, and I'm driving to Bognor Regis to deliver laundry, and I'm experiencing lives every second. There is no more seconds, there is no more time, there is only I don't know what there is. There is nothing. It's like that great emptiness of fullness, which might sound quite paradoxical. How can emptiness be fullness? But that's what it is. There is nothing. It's just this emptiness of complete fullness.